Hey there, so this is my official review of Daria, the DVD box set that came out on May 11th. So let us first go over the most pressing topic, and that of course is the changes to music. Now I definitely hold an affinity for some of these songs, just as I grew up with them and they hold a lot of nostalgia. They definitely don't change the entirety of the scene. In fact, most of the music has been done by either covers or just simple music. For instance, in the scene where Daria, through a lens darkly, she's going into the House of Mirrors and Rammstein starts playing. They have another version of just kind of music-y, it's all techno-y and a bit intense, and it doesn't change the entirety of the scene. And the reality of it is, when you're watching Daria, it's not for the 5-second transition music, it's for the quick quips and pop culture-laden bromides. And speaking of the witty banter, I'm happy to report that that has remained completely unchanged. Now, I'm not sure how many of you have watched Daria on the N network, but believe it or not, you've probably watched an edited or censored version. So take for example that whole lesbian debacle that Jane has to go through with the Biff Naked character in the movie Is It Fall Yet? That is completely gone from the entirety of the N network's version of the Is It Fall Yet movie. Or even in I Love the Parade, the scene where the jocks are throwing candy, where the parade float explodes, it's all gone. I mean, it's nothing explicit, it's just so trivial that they would edit and delete stuff like that. Even the word damn or hell, completely gone from the N network. I suppose I can understand it being a kid's show and everything, but that's not something you're going to find on these DVDs. They're going to be pure unedited cursing, explosions, all that good stuff. Now, if you're like me, you basically tie Daria to its opening theme tune, Splendor As You're Standing on My Neck. And I'm happy to report that has remained completely untouched, which is perfect. The only thing is that is also the end credits now as well, which may not seem like a big idea, but if you take, for instance, the episode I mentioned earlier of I Love the Parade, you have Frida's There's Something Going On playing at the end, and that, of course, is a bit of an obvious foreshadowing to the relationship between Tom and Daria. But I mean, you don't need to have the song at the end to slap you in the face with the message. You can tell by the simple little nuances in that episode that Daria and Tom, there's something going on. So if you want me to get into some of the nitpicky details of the DVD itself, I actually noticed one typo, then versus then, but I mean, this is Daria on DVD. I am so thankful. It could be written in English and I wouldn't care, as long as I get to see the episodes. So as for the special features, I gotta say I was pretty pleased. They had things such as the Daria Day intros, which I'd never been able to see before because whenever I watched the episodes, they were broadcast on YTV in Canada. So basically the Daria Day intros are when MTV would just have an entire day dedicated to watching Daria. So pretty much when you saw those, it kind of broke down the fourth wall and they were just joking back and forth, and it was pretty cool. And then of course there was some of the character sketches, which you just got to see the development of, you know, just all the characters you see on the show. And they also had things like Trent's music video and stuff like that, again, stuff you can search for on YouTube. And they also had interviews with the cast. And if I'm not mistaken, that was actually done just for the DVD, because the way they were talking about it, it seemed to be in hindsight after Daria had been concluded. So maybe it wasn't just for the DVD, but I think it was done later on down the road. So yeah, that's pretty much for the special features. There's nothing overly spectacular, but I mean, if you're a bit of a Daria nerd, you will appreciate some of these extra little tidbits. So basically, I give the Daria DVDs a 10 out of 10, as if you didn't see that coming. And considering you clicked on this video just to check out a Daria review, definitely get it. This is definitely for you, you sad Daria nerd you. And you get all 5 seasons in one convenient pack, plus the movies, plus all the special features, and for just around $50. I mean, why the hell wouldn't you buy it? Oh, and one other thing about the DVD specifically that bothered me is, take for instance, you have episodes 1 to 9 on there, 11 or 10 to 13, and then season 2, and it's just 1 to 5 of season 2. I thought that was kind of annoying, especially when they could have split it up a little more neatly. I noticed, for instance, the OC DVDs, they have maybe 3-4 episodes a disc. This one manages to jam 9 on a disc. So I mean, it wouldn't have killed them to take the 13 episodes per season and just put them on 2 discs. It would have been a little more organized, but again, that's minor nitpicky stuff. Go buy the DVDs. So once again, just to reiterate, the Daria episodes have been entirely unedited, aside from the small tweaks in music, but even now and again you'll get a drop of J-Lo in there and some other little 90s gems. But pretty much the covers and the music don't change the tone of the episodes. It's still great. Stop watching me ramble. Go buy it now. I'll have the links below. Check it out, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.